everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features the top-scoring pass offense in the NFL. The Colts are top 10 in passing TDs, and they'll go against the Broncos, who are very aware of what they'll be dealing with. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
And we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium, which opened back in 2008 here in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, we're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time. They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And they'll go on the ground. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Surveying the field. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned a ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken at about the 14. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
2nd down following the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll look to throw here. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do. If he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down now after the pass completion. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. And on the ground they go with a running back. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Hey. We got three. 3 down.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy sideline and use him well.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? It's not just the offensive linemen and the guys charged with protecting him that take it personally. When the franchise quarterback is dropped on the ground, it runs through the whole organization from the owner all the way down.
It's like every single time he goes down, everyone holds their breath.
Not only do they hold their breath, but they feel the hit as well. They're just trying to think of ways for it not to happen again. No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. And now that that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be good for a Denver first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Back to throw here. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent, and that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw on film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week. There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
Yeah, the movement was defensive, and they got him for a loss. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Hey. You got three. Three down.
They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time. Letting one go deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are in for 6. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And they'll run it here. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. most of the time we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game, no gain. But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now the Broncos defense coming back onto the field. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Out of the first two series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky. Preach. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And quick throw here, that's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. And there was a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39! Green 39!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. His throw caught right around the 6. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Their big tight end. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it is now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, if they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do, tighten down everything they're doing, and then maybe explode at the right time.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Colts have done some good work defending the pass. The Broncos really did a good job in that area last week, but yardage-wise, they're not making the same kind of impression in today's game. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Colts lined up at the 28. The pass will be completed along the sideline. He gone. That puts them up by a touchdown. Now to late in the first half. Pass coverage will break down here. And after the long pass, he'll score. Staying late in the second. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Colts defense gets off the field with the turnover. After the INT, offense comes out now. The connection will be made from the gun. And it ends up working for a touchdown. The lead grows to 21. Still late stages of the second. Out of the shotgun, pass will be completed. And this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. The Broncos down by 14. And with that, we'll wrap up our halftime